in 1914. It's known as the Christmas Miracle of 1914. And what was taking place in 1914 was the First World War, and the Germans were on one side and the Allied forces were on the other side. And people were wondering if they were going to fight on Christmas Eve and on the next day, on Christmas Day. And so the Allied forces are in their trenches, and they're separated by this large piece of land. This is all up and down the western front, and they're separated by no man's land. And it's called no man's land because no man dares to step onto that plat of land for fear of your life. And so the Allied forces, no man's land, the German forces, and the Allied forces here on Christmas Eve in 1914, the Germans start to sing a song. They don't know the words, but they recognize the tune, and it is Silent Night. And so the Allied forces, they start singing Silent Night in their tongue as well, and enemies that night unite in singing this incredible song, Silent Night. Silent Night has the power to unite enemies. Sainsbury, which is a supermarket chain in the UK, put together a short film to depict what happened next on Christmas Eve 1914. Take a look.
My name is Jim. Mein Name ist Otto. Pleased to meet you, Otto. Freut mich. Rose, she's gone. Ist schön. Schön.
Really cool story from Christmas Eve 1914, that the song Silent Night has the power to unite enemies. And when we sing the song Silent Night in a couple of moments, here's what we're understanding. Not only does the truth of Christmas have the power to unite human enemies, but this is what really, for us, those of us who are Christians, what we understand is that Christ came all the way here here to us. See, the Germans and the Allied forces, they met together in the middle. They each went halfway, and they decided to have a day of peace. But the Christmas story, the story we celebrate, is not that we met God halfway, but that he came all the way here. This is why Christmas is so marvelous and it's so miraculous, that we were enemies of him because of our foolishness and our sinfulness, but he came all the way here, was born of a virgin, born into our culture, so that he could rescue us and give us peace. And the peace he gives us isn't peace just for a day. Now, we have a lot of kids in the room tonight, and so everything I'm going to show you, I ran by my kids to be sure it made sense. And my youngest daughter, Evie, I showed her the video to be sure it was good, and she liked it, and she said, "But Daddy, did they fight the next day?" And I'm like, "Yes, they did. They actually fought the next day, but the peace we receive from Christ is peace that lasts forever. It's not peace that is temporary." And so we're going to see this, that he is the Prince of Peace that came here for us. And so every passage I'm going to read to you tonight is on the back of the bulletin. You were handed a bulletin when you came in.